Alright guys, Vol here again. Now first of all, sorry it's taken me so long to get the videos up. I have been meaning to cover a couple of Warhammer tournaments that I've been at lately. The first one was called Over the Top, where I took my High Elves. It was the only tournament in New Zealand where you're allowed to use a High Elf or any special character. I took Teclis and I managed to come second in that tournament, but I barely got any sleep over that weekend, and when I came back I accidentally deleted all of the photos, so you guys miss out on seeing the coverage of that tournament, but I did very well. I placed second. I was very lucky to do that well. Anyway, the following tournament, which was last weekend, I participated in Fluffycon, also known as Battlecry, which is a tournament designed to restrict your lists in such a way that you have to take a soft list with a lot of restrictions. Only, maximum of 6 power dice can be used. Only two. You only had one duplicate special. So, for example, you can have, say, 2 units of Dragon Princes, but not 2 units of chariots in the same army. Tyrannoc chariots, for example. You're not allowed to have double rare choices. Not allowed to have dragons or greater demons or casket of souls, for example. And they really mark you down for sort of tough choices. Anyway, this battle report, this following reports will be coverage of that tournament. I should also say before I get stuck into it, yes, I'm aware of the StarCraft 2 beta. No, I don't have a key. I won't be covering any of that for a little while. If I do get involved in the beta, I'll let you guys know, and I'll start showing you. And when the game comes out, yes, I will be playing it and doing some videos. So just bear that in mind. Now, I want to start the tournament off with just a quick summary of what I took. I took a Warriors of Chaos army. It's my new army that I've painted up. I took an army which had all undivided. So no marks in any of the units, make the army a bit softer and fluffier. I did, however, take 2 units of Chaos Knights. Many people looked at that as a very hard choice, and I agree. It was actually a deliberate decision to make my army tougher than many other armies that were there, and I succeeded in doing that. But we'll have to find out how well I did. You'll see what else is the army in the following videos, but I can tell you that I had a General, which is an Exalted Hero, on horseback with a couple of basic magic items, a BSB on horseback, and a couple of Sorcerers riding horses as well, level 2s, all undivided, which was very fun. Now let's get into the actual tournament itself. I'll show you a bit of an overview of the armies that cropped up. This first image is quite a cool looking Chaos Dwarf army, and I have to mention to you guys, I also borrowed a different camera. I had to return the usual camera that I use to my dad, who I borrowed it from. And it's taken me a while to get my hands on the actual photos that I took over the tournament, so that's why it's late. And as you can see, a Chaos Dwarf's very well converted and painted, but the photo's a bit blurry because the camera I use isn't one that I'm used to using. So I'm just going to skip to the next photo. We can see a bit of a better detail view, but still not very good. It's a Chaos Dwarf Lord on a great Taurus of some kind. Very cool looking stuff. Didn't get to play this guy in the tournament, so I don't really know too much about him. He's not a friend of mine. Next picture shows you a Skaven army with the new Skaven book out. A lot of people are taking Skaven lists. You can see a Doom Wheel and a Warp Lightning Cannon. Man, with that little combo at a fluffy tournament, it's quite surprising to see all that there, but still, maybe he's really toned down everything else. Hard to tell. I didn't play this guy either. Next picture shows you my buddy Ryan with his Orcs and Goblins. No infantry in this list. He took tons of Wolf Riders, and he's got a Black Orc boss and a Wyvern, and some Boar Riders, Squig Hoppers even. He's got the Pipes of Doom on his Squig Rider character. He's got the One-Hit Wonder Strength 10 item on his Goblin riding a Wolf. You'll have to be the judge as to whether you thought this army was soft or hard. For me particularly, my Chaos against this, not a very good matchup for me. Maybe other people found it easier. Personally, I found this a very difficult army to deal with. You can even see my army in the background on those plastic boxes. Next picture, my buddy Ray with his Warriors of Chaos. Again, the photos are going to be pretty blurry throughout, so you have to bear with me. He's taken a very soft army. No Knights. War Shrine, he's got Dragon Ogres, he's got regular Chaos Ogres, and he's got lots of Marauders. Cool stuff. Next picture, we've got a Bretonnian army. I've faced this before in a different tournament. Pretty cool looking stuff, just typical run-of-the-mill, one of everything type Bretonnian army. Next picture, you've got my buddy Nick with his Wood Elves. I've played him many times before, and he's taken pretty much one of the fluffiest armies, one of the softest armies to this tournament, deliberately. And as you can see, he's got heaps of Eternal Guard, just a few characters, and heaps of Glade Guard, so there's no Forest Spirits in this army at all. Very cool. Really have to give this guy kudos for actually staying with the spirit of the tournament and taking something really soft. Awesome stuff. Next picture, my buddy Glenn. You might have seen his army in the previous battle report I did with Warriors of Chaos. He's got a lot of Khorne infantry and so forth, and Juggernaut, of course. Really cool looking army as well there by Glenn. Really happy to get a good photo of that army, actually. Next picture, it's Bobby, and he's got the Greek-themed Warriors of Chaos army with all his weird miniatures that he somehow managed to pick up from somewhere. He's got the Demon Prince, he's got a unit filler with a big giant. That's just a unit filler, not a giant, by the way. Chariots and war shrines and stuff. Really cool-looking calling army, actually. It's painted quite well, and all the models are quite unique, so really good to look at that one. Next, this is Skaven army, and he's got a plague furnace in there. Many people really cringed when they found out that he was taking a plague furnace to a fluffy tournament. You'd have to play him to really make a solid judgment. But that plague furnace is one of the nastiest things in the Skaven book, and he's actually just taken it along to a tournament where everybody's meant to soften their lists up. I mean, for me, I've taken 2 units of Chaos Knights. Again, hard choice, but I felt it was appropriate. I guess it's a matter of perspective. Grass is always greener on the other side type thing. If you can deal with the rest of his army and ignore the plague furnace, yeah, you'll probably be able to win pretty easily, but who knows? I'd have to play him to find out. And just next photo, I'm just going to show you a bit more of close-up. It's actually painted very well. Pete paints his army pretty well, paints all of his armies, and it's quite impressive that he's painted so many models to such a high standard, and that's always a very impressive thing to see. Next pick, you've got another Warriors of Chaos army here. With a lot of different conversions and types of miniatures going on. I think this was, I can't quite remember, I think this is Rob's army. Not that you guys on YouTube will know who I'm talking about, but maybe the City Guide guys that are watching the reports will know. What I'm mentioning is, I like his centaur miniatures there. I'm not really sure what they're meant to represent. I think marauders on horseback. Next picture, we've got a Demons army. This is a borrowed army. I think that Ray owns this as well. It's got his Screamers and his Horrors and everything. They're pretty standard stuff. But in order to have a Demons army in a fluffy tournament, you've got to take a Demon Prince, really, because it's the softest character choice. And really got to take lots of core infantry and without too much character support. Next picture, this is Phil's Lizardman army that you guys might have seen in other battle reports, or maybe not. He's got a really cool theme of the army because he's converted all of his demons to look like they are possessed lizardmen. So he's got all these little conversions going on in his units. Huge amount of money spent on this army, a lot of time and effort, and in the future I'd like to give you a better view. It's a shame that I deleted my photos from the other weekend because I had a game with my High Elves against his demons, which went very well for me actually, and I had a lot of close-up pics, so never mind. The next photo will show you basically a close-up on his Demon Prince, which is the Be'lakor model converted with some Lizardman bits, which look cool, and he's got a Stigget on there, which is actually meant to represent a Khorne Herald on a chariot. So that's what's going on there. Very cool stuff. He's even got the Blood Crushers in the background, which looks like Carnosaur riders, but with juggernauts. Next photo, Josh Warren wins the best painted army, of course. You guys have seen Josh's army plenty of times. Really good looking stuff. He finishes everything off, and everything's just looking perfect. Really kudos to him for finishing it all there. What else have we got? Oh yeah, somebody else's Dark Elf army. This Dark Elf army was actually painted to quite a decent standard. Didn't get to play him. Looks like it's reasonably fluffy with those witch elves and so forth there, but can't really tell. Didn't actually see what was in his list in terms of items and so forth. Another photo shows us that he's got an assassin though, and a character on foot, and a mage on a horse. Pretty decent stuff. He's got the chariot. He's got plenty of spearmen, so that's all right. And next photo, this is Bill's Vampire Counts army. You guys have seen this army a few times before on my other battle reports, and I didn't get to face him in the tournament. I heard that he went a bit better than he did last year. And this is Phil's High Elf army, which I honestly was very outspoken about. He'd taken a High Elf army with pretty much optimized stuff in it. He'd taken a Silverhelm unit and a couple of units of Spearmen, a couple of units of Archers. So yeah, that's soft and appropriate for the tournament. But what I didn't find appropriate was the 2 bolt throwers, Seer Staff and his Mage, Reaver Bow, and the fact that he had a Dragon Prince unit with the Illyrian Banner. That's just too much. And I honestly feel that if I'd taken an army like this to the tournament, I would have done really, really well, if not won the whole thing outright. Because it's very efficient. And the reason I didn't take an army like this is because I didn't think it would be appropriate. I thought it would be rejected when I submitted my list, but I was under the wrong impression about that. So it's disappointing to me, personally. Next photo, Lizardman from Carl Templeton, pretty cool stuff. This is the same army that he usually takes to most of his tournaments. Looks like he's got some jungle swarms in there, so it's nice to see, and lots of blocks of infantry, so kudos for him for doing well. He's got the nasty stick in the background though, so... Ooh. And Ryan's Warriors of Chaos Army, really cool paint job on these guys. I like his choice of colours. Does make his army look really zinch, but that's alright. He can always mark his guys zinch if he wants to. Although he's got the Juggernaut there. Let's just go in for another picture for a better look. He's done a lot of work on these guys. He took them to over the top as well, and I think he's really enjoying playing them. I think a lot of people are taking Warriors of Chaos Armies at the moment because they're just a lot of fun to play. Next picture looks like another guy from the Dunn family with Dark Elves. I thought the Dark Elf army is painted quite well. They look great from a distance. If you go up really close, the highlighting's not that well blended, but everything's just quite artistic in this army. The paint jobs are all finished. The color choices are very good, and just in general execution in terms of painting is very good in this army. He did take a very tough list though. And that's it. Hope to show you guys some battle reports very shortly, so stay tuned. And sorry everything's been so late. Let's get to it.